Initially out of high school, I went to Bible college and was called to ministry there, and then medical missions I really felt called to, so I went to nursing school and I got my nursing degree. Out of the blue, my mom passed away, which kind of put like a hiccup in all my plans. Got married, I'm working in the hospital, started having babies, and then we had 5 kids. So life was just going, and it was like, I don't know how to get to missions from here. We moved to Colorado and started attending Plum Creek. In 2018, my daughter and I went on a one-child missions trip to the Philippines with Plum Creek, and we were immediately impacted by what we experienced. I just remember going to bed like early one of those nights, and it was like, what if we stayed here longer? This feels so short. It already feels so short. And we loved the work we were doing. We loved being with the kids, but I mean, the opportunities were just flooding us constantly. But it wasn't real yet. It was just like a possibility or a hope, or like, wouldn't that be crazy if, feeling. So the plane ride home, I felt like, go back. I felt God say like, go back. I just wrestled with God the whole time. And I feel like in that wrestling, kind of my prior calling, really, I feel like he was reminding me, like, remember when I told you a long time ago, like medical missions, I'm opening the door. Finally, it's just like, okay, I will like take a step. That's what I'll do. And we'll see, and it might be no. And the first step is to get off a plane after traveling 24 hours and tell my husband, hey, I think God might be calling us to go back.
As a husband, as a father, I'm looking at all the logistics. How would I even make this work? They just didn't seem possible. And so I said, okay, God, show me, like, what do you want? How do you see this for our family? I just gave it to God and said, you make it happen. This is because I don't know how to make this happen. You're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to make it work.
Every point, it was like, okay, God, thank you. Like another door open, another door open.
He kept making the way.
Through a connection we made during our trip to the Philippines with Plum Creek, we're partnering with a nonprofit ministry that helps rescue children from trafficking. They have 60 girls that live there who've been rescued out of trafficking. Having a safe house and a safe place where they can know that they're valued and that they're loved and that they have a future and a plan and a hope is critical. There's a school on the campus. There's a church that meets on the campus, so they're getting the spiritual needs met on the campus. There's a medical clinic. All these aspects of their life are getting healing. That's really our family's heart. That's where we're gonna put our time and energy, is in just providing family to the girls. And then for myself, I'm a nurse, and so I'm gonna go to, they have Hope Centers kind of in the impoverished areas that they deliver food to. And I'm gonna go and deliver medical equipment and training to people who deliver babies. I've had people say to me, you have a ministry every day when you go to the hospital for 15 hours. Well, why go all the way to the Philippines? It really comes down to surrendering what I have and saying, God, use me today here. If the day comes where he says, today's the day you go to the Philippines, then I wanna go to the Philippines. And if he says, today's the day that you're gonna work as a nurse in Colorado, then I'm gonna work as a nurse in Colorado. And I want to teach my kids the same thing, for them to wake up every day and say, God, I'm here for you, in whatever capacity that looks like.
The great thing about the mission field is you don't know where that's gonna be. I mean, it may take us overseas. It might just take you to work and to your job, and that is your missions.
Everyone is called to live on mission. Everyone is called to honor God with their life. God's got a purpose and plan for every single one of us, and it might not always make sense, and it might not always be easy to say yes, but we're all called to that. We're all called to walk in partnership and say, God, you have a purpose for me today. I'll walk in it.